Lovely, Laura, thanks very much indeed. So our main news this morning is that companies which plague people with nuisance calls and texts are to be fined up to £500,000 under a government crackdown which is going to be announced today.
Yeah, the law will be changed before the general election to make it easier to prosecute those responsible for bombarding people with cold calls and unwanted messages. Our political editor Sue Jameson is at Westminster. Sue, many people will be thinking this is very long overdue.
Yes, certainly consumer companies have been lobbying Parliament for this for a long time. But in fact, ministers did start to look at it about a year ago. They've just finished a 6-month consultation and apparently they're surprised that most of us do not want to answer our own phones. And then looking at some of the other facts, there have only been 9 companies who've been fined in the last 3 years. And yet last year alone, there are 175,000 complaints about these calls that we get. Now, it is coming in very quickly, as you say. However, we're told not to expect overnight results.
To get your full refund within 12 weeks, press
They
5
plague
or
us
press
every
9.
single day. Nuisance calls and texts which aren't only irritating, they can make us ill. Now, though, a government crackdown will make it easier to fine cold company callers up to £500,000. The watchdog, which has the powers to impose penalties, will no longer need to prove substantial damage or substantial distress before it takes action. It's claimed 80% of us are regularly targeted at home by cold callers, 33% of us feel intimidated by the messages, while 60% of us say we no longer want to answer our own phone. The new law should ensure the simple business of picking up the phone doesn't become a continual headache. Sue Jameson, Good Morning Britain.